we're going to Yarrow in Florida.
Hi, Sean. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, hey.
And yeah, having known you for a little bit, you being in this space with the Outliers is amazing. So welcome. Thank you for spending time. Bruce was thinking what I was thinking about your relationship to something bigger. So I'm adapting. I feel like you have had a blessing in your life that your parents framed your early experience in a way that allowed for inspiration and belief in, more than the doctors may have offered you. And that, while I know from your story that you had some slumps along the way of your inspiration and go getting it, but fortunately Bree found that for people who maybe haven't had that start and are struggling with the idea of, I hear the story and I see that it has worked for you and others, but where I am, how can I possibly think beyond my experience? Would you have any additional insights in that to get to the place where you can create the reality that you want to live?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for adding names to the Killy flag.
Thank you for hyping it up.
Yep, and we're taking another flag up in July. So one of the things I remember my parents did for me was, let's say I was a swimmer and I touched the wall as a 6-year-old, 5 or 6-year-old, YMCA, 25-meter breaststroke, touched the wall. My mom or my dad were there, they pulled me out of the water. And they always asked me 2 questions. Did you do your best and did you have fun? Right? Not why didn't you beat Yara? Why didn't you beat Greg? Why didn't you beat Scott? Did you have fun and did you do your best? And then the next weekend they would ask me, okay, what was your time last weekend? 30 seconds. What do you want to go this week? 29. So slowly chipping away and getting faster and faster. I only compared myself to myself. So my identity was nothing other than what I created for myself. And looking at people who are unsure of where to go and where to put that next step, I think it comes down to, boils down to identity. And a perfect example is how you identify. I'm not talking like he, she, them, they, that type of thing. I'm talking about as a human being, how do you identify? And let's just hypothetically say there are 2 people who are trying to quit smoking and they're both offered a cigarette. And one person says, no, thanks, I'm trying to quit. And the other one says, no, thanks, I'm not a smoker. So how they identify themselves can predict their future. Just the whole word that Scott, we were talking about, the whole concept of how someone's words are so incredibly powerful. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't say, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur. So that, again, it's just how you identify yourself as when you're moving forward through life.
Thank you.
So important.